If you are selling AI chatbots or Go Highlevel or N8N agents, then this video is going to be for you. By the end of this video, I will show you how to build a superior AI chatbot that connects to HighLevel and outperforms conversation AI, Zappychat, or Closebot. Now, those are all really good products, but this amazing AI agent is able to do a lot more by connecting to different tools, but you're also able to integrate any one of the large language modules that's out there and not limited to OpenAI. My name is Alters. I run my own AI automation agency and my own school mentorship program, and we build AI agents and AI products like this that is different but has functionality and actually creates value for businesses that we can then sell to them. So come with me. I'm going to go step by step through it. It's going to be a full tutorial. All you have to do is sit down, make some time and follow along, and you're going to have something really special and unique to add to your arsenal to go out there and have a successful lifestyle with AI. So let's get straight into this one. Okay, let me just say this again. The reason why this is so important is because, number one, you can use other large language modules. You're not just limited to ChatGPT, which is good and does a good job, but other large language modules, like ones coming out like Gemini, that has a massive token length, like up to 1 million. I think it's going up to 2 million and soon going up to 4 million. And a lot of them is a lot cheaper to use than ChatGPT. And it doesn't matter which one of the other modules you're on or chat systems you're on, you're still getting charged for large language use, whether it's HighLevel's normal 2 cents per conversation, or if you're going to look at any of the other ones like Closebot or Zappychat, they still all add up in some way or another to make their money up for the usage of their large language modules APIs as such. Now, the other really great thing is that you can use any other tools with it. So we can have an actual AI agent that has multiple functionalities, capabilities, and tools to it, which makes it really great. Not limited, especially by conversation AI, is very limited at this time and at this moment. So stick it out through the whole video. We are going to go through, and it's going to be a basic chatbot, and we're going to add some really cool things into it, like, for example, just one that can able to check up your shipping information from your product number. Easy stuff like this, and I'll even show you then how you can add MCP servers into the backend, and all to do with N8N. So it's really going to be a massively amazing video at the end of the day. So make sure you go through and watch the whole thing, because it's just going to grow leagues. So let's get this started. You're going to come into your HighLevel account, and one of the first things you need to do is make sure that your conversation AI is not enabled anywhere. So you're going to come in conversation AI, or at the very least, let me say again, it is not enabled on any forms where, or any channels where we want to use our chat system on. So I'm going to leave this one on WhatsApp. That is fine. And you're also probably going to come down and go to your automations menu and just go through there and make sure you haven't set up any other automation or workflow for it. For example, I have this one in here and the live chat one in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause these ones that I did earlier on, just to try and test the system out. Pause this, pause this. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go get yourself an N8N account. So N8N, you can go to the main website, use it for totally free for a couple of days in tokens. I think you get about 7 days free use. But at the end of the day, you can use N8N for free, where you're going to download it on your own system if you want to. Or I highly suggest a self-hosting system. I made a video of it, and you can actually just host this entire N8N totally open, use as many automations and as you want, as many steps, and it costs you $3 a month, and the $3 a month is just for the virtual machine that you're hiring. So N8N is still free, you're just paying for the virtual machine. So go ahead, grab yourself an N8N account, and we're just going to create a new workflow, and we'll leave that there for now. Now, what you can do is we're going to need an API key of some sort. Now, you can go on and get your own Google API key. Just head over to AI Studio. Let's say come over to AI Studio, or just Google AI Studio. That should be the first one that comes up. Come up in here, and you can just grab your own API key, create an API key here in the top, grab it, save it, and we're going to use it soon. What I really suggest you do, if you want to try and test them all, head over to OpenRouter. Now, OpenRouter is a free as such tool to use. You put some credit on it, and it gives you access to every chat modules API functions in there. You can have DeepSeek, you can have the latest in Claude, the latest in Gemini, Llama, Mistral. There's so many in there, and what it does is it gives us actual access to those large language modules without having to register on each and every one of those websites. It's a really good time saver, and it's a pay-per-use system. So you put $10 on there and you just pay for your usage. And again, it's really low, real minimal to use. Just go get yourself an API key, save it somewhere if you need to as well. Or if you want to stick with ChatGPT, you can go ahead. All the ChatGPT mini versions is still really cheap to use. It's still got real easy tokens in for it, and it still works really, really well. And it's just a matter of going to platform.openai.com and putting it on a little bit of credit as well, and then getting your API key. So, for example, seeing here, I've gone real crazy with creating images, making heaps and heaps of chats, and it's just actual really, really good. The good thing about Gemini is obviously you'll be paying Google straight away, but if we just look here again quickly, sure, it will show you the context video. So that just means we can actually fill up and at one go teach our AI agent a bunch of information, because tokens is kind of the same as what we think about characters. So character sentences, the bigger we give it, the more it will be able to learn. And when you come to Google Studio, you can see the different modules on the left and the right hand side, and they will all show you the price and the token ranges that they have for it. So just something to think about. Yeah, I think the 2.5 Flash works really well. But you can see as you go along, it will show you the pricing in and out. Still really, really cheap, especially when you go to non-thinking models forward. And for this one, we're going to use OpenRouter, but we're going to use the Gemini Flash 2.5. Works really well. Got a really, really big million token count to use. So, right. So we got our stuff, we're set up, we got some API keys to use. How are we now going to connect HighLevel with N8N? So very, very simple. As first one we're just going to do in here is we are just going to hit the plus button in here, and we're just going to go with a webhook. Now we're going to hit webhook in here. We are just going to go through here and change this to a post, and then just leave this in the window open. You're going to come back in here, and we're going to create a new workflow, and we are going to start from scratch. Now in here you can add any of the channels you want. You can add the channels together in a workflow as you want as well, and then filter them out. I'm just going to demonstrate a website chatbot because that just works really easy straight out of the go. So this is just going to be the YouTube test. I'm just going to rename it YouTube test. And the trigger. So what's going to trigger this workflow? The trigger is going to be a reply message from a customer or someone who chats to you, and we're going to filter down, and the channel is going to be, the reply channel is going to come in as live chat. And you can have this in for both live chat and, again, in here, we're going to go look for customer reply, and the channel can as well be reply channel, and we have chat widget in there as well. This is going to be more for live chat, but you can build them out and come in here, and there you can add again. Reply channel is going to be, and the channel will be SMS, for example, and this will be SMS. And now all you have to do is just build out a filter, like if and where it comes from, and you can filter it out through the different branches. We don't need that, especially we don't need this one, so I can delete this. But that's all we need for now. I'm just going to hit the save button in here. Now, we are going to send all this through via webhook. And all we need to remember is every client or every contact in HighLevel has a contact ID, which makes that contact ID unique, which is going to be really good for the chat memory. And if it doesn't make sense, it will all come to you very soon. But what we're going to do is we're going to send a webhook request through to our webhook in here. So I'm just going to keep this one on post. And I'm just going to go ahead now and copy this. So you just got to click in one time and it's going to copy it. Then we're going to come back to portal and we're going to go in here and we're going to say webhook. Now I just need to move this one along the side this way a little bit. So it brings it up to the middle of the screen, and see if we can zoom in a little bit. Does the plus button work for it? There we go. So we have webhook. It's going to be a post webhook because that's what we have in here for N8N. Let me shut these two quickly in here. This one shut in here. And we're going to paste our URL in here. Oh, let's forgot to copy it again. Come over and we paste it in here. Nice. So, and I think I actually add the right one. Webhook. It is custom webhook. And it's custom webhooks. So make sure you don't get confused with the different webhooks, because custom webhooks is going to allow for messages to come back. So I'm going to go webhook and I'm adding custom webhook. It's going to be custom. It's going to be a post request. I'm going to add the post in here, and we don't have any authorization. Just double check, okay? So make sure when you add it and you say webhook, it's custom webhook and not the normal webhook. And post, we're going to add a URL in here, and then just scroll down a little bit, and the only things that we will need is the message contact body and contact ID. So contact ID is going to be our unique ID of the person that we are chatting to. So it's going to be that contact's unique number, and it's good because that's what we're going to use for our chat function. So we want to keep that one there, and we're just going to delete these for a second. Delete that, delete that. Now for JSON contact, the last one cannot contain a comma, so we're going to delete that one out in there. And then I'm just going to delete this entire line and like this. And what you can do is we have the trigger in here. And you can actually, the easiest way to get this, is if you want to find out what it should look like for the body. So the message is going to come in, it's going to be called the body. We can actually just come in and it should be message body. Okay, so I just stop typing. So, and I come in like this. double brackets like this, and I'm just going to start hitting message, and we just select message body and like this. Now, it's kind of messed it up a little bit here. We just want to take those out. It always wants to be in quotation marks and in here and like this. So what does this mean? This literally just means that we are going to send whatever the person sends us in the request. Hello, how are you? What's your details? We're going to send these details over to N8N, and we're going to do some stuff with it. So in here, I'm going to hit save action, and we're going to need to test this first. And I'm just going to look up for anyone in here. Do I have alters? That's right, this one in here. So now come back to N8N. I'm going to hit the listen mode in here. It's going to be listening. And I'm going to say send request. So that would have gone. Oops, like you look like you might have missed something out. What did we miss? There you go. Request failed. All right. Why did this fail? No, it actually got it. Here we go. It came through. Just going to hit save action there for a second. And we are just going to test it again. Too eager. Too eager. So test again. It's going to find a contact. And all I'm doing is sending some data through to see if it works. The successful request should be executed. Send the test. It does this little thing. We're going to come back to N8N, and you can actually see in here that it's come through and it's sent through all our data in here. And the things that we need is this contact ID and the body. Did I have body? Name, message body, and I should change this to message. Okay, so all it's saying is we're just testing the data. Okay, so message. I'm just going to change that. So it should be a blanket come through. Okay, so this is just some data formatting. It's going to say test again. And let's say alters. And here, send that one through, send a request. And all it's done is it's sent these things to us. Now, this will be blank because there's nothing in there, right? So all it's going to do is come through in here, and it has our contact ID, and it has our message as null. So we're getting data. So now let's go edit this data with a large language module, and we'll build it through and send it back to HighLevel. So how do we do that? Easy. We're going to stick him here in N8N. Move this to the side, and we're going to just click on the top. We'll say AI agent. We're going to hit this in here and just click out of it. Don't worry about it too much. And we have it in like this. So we are going to give our AI agent some memory. So it needs to know that this is Jack talking to us. If Jack asks about the color for a specific place, it will know that Jack has asked for the color for this place before. If it says that my name is Jack, the AI agent will remember that the next conversation, we're still talking to Jack. And that's why we need that conversation AI ID link. And to have memory to your AI agent, we add the memory tool in here. We're going to go memory, simple memory. And all we're going to do is click the down button. We're going to define it. And it's going to be an actual expression. So it's always going to be this one here. So all I'm doing is I'm going to take this and I'm dragging this through into here. Make sure it shows expression and make sure it shows green. So that means if this person, Altus, is going to send a message, Altus will have a unique contact ID. So our AI agent in here is always going to know that we're talking to Altus, and will have a bit of history on who and what Altus have said before in the past. And I'll show you how it's going to work very soon. Now, that is kind of the memory. So let's add our large language module. And this is where the real beauty comes from. So you can either go add, and we have absolutely all these options here. So we have all the Claude Anthropics. We have all the Azure AI, AWS, all the DeepSeek modules, Geminis if we want to add them, the Grok modules, the Llamas, and OpenAI modules. Now this is where it gets good. Instead of having all those, now I have my Google API key if you want to add your Google API key. If you want to add your ChatGPT module, you add that in there. I like OpenRouter because it gives us a lot more options than this, and I don't have to go register with all of them, don't have to put money up with all of them. So I can just select OpenRouter. I'll make sure you go and add your account in here. So you go in and you would just go and add your API key in here, and once it's connected, it will show green. And you can see there is a bunch of information in here, and it's all these large language modules that you can use. So this is one of the main ideas why I say this is a really, really good system to have. So for this, I like to use Gemini, and we're going to use Gemini Flash non-thinking. So we're going to come up to here, use 2.4 Flash not thinking. Okay, so have that in here, and we're just gonna, that's it. So now we've added in here. And again, if you want to change these out to any of the other modules, then you can. All right, so now we need to give our AI agent instructions. It's going to get a message. What's it going to do? How's it going to work? So double click here and here. And all we're going to do is we're going to click this down. We're going to define below. Then the prompt means what are we going to get from the other user? And that's that message that we said here, the message body from whatever is going to come in. And this links back to in here. The message body means if we have a chat coming in from live chat, that whatever they said is going to be the message body. If it's going to be Instagram, Facebook, SMS, that is going to be the body for it. And WhatsApp works really well with this as well, by the way. But whatever we say, hello, how are you, what are you doing, that is going to be our message body. And we'll get to this soon. Stick it out with me. I'm just going really slow so you can understand. We're going to come back in here. So what's it going to receive? It is going to be this message in here, and we need to make sure we come in here, make sure it's an expression. So it's not fixed. It means it comes in with the data all the time in here, and we're going to get it. Now our AI module actually needs some good instructions. What are those instructions going to be? We're just going to come through in here in system and say, you're a helpful AI assistant. You work for, let's make up I like landscaping. You work for New Zealand Green Landscaping. You answer FAQs about the business. Always say hello, welcome to New Zealand Landscaping for your first message. Then do your best to get their name and email. Ask them for it. Very weak prompt. We're going to work on it. Don't worry. This is only for testing. And you can hit the test button in here. And you can see it will go through in here. The message is blank, so it's not going to show anything. That's it. It just shows that it works. And we need this output bit in here because it's really important, because we are now going to send all this back to HighLevel, and we do it with a webhook response. Webhook response, add that in here, and we are just going to respond with plain text, and the plain text we're going to say is, it's going to be expression because it's going to change all the time. So we drag it over in there, and that's it. Okay, now last little thing to do is double click on this one, and we're going to say that it should respond with the webhook node, and we hit this. And now let's just give it a quick little test in here. We're going to have this waiting in here. We are going to come back to our webhook menu in here. Double click it. We're going to scroll down. We're going to say test again. And we're just going to select Altus in here. Now it's still going to be body is null, but that's all right. I just want to make sure this all flows out. So I'm going to hit the test button. I'm going to come here and you can see as fast and easy as that. That's done. And it should have a message received in here. Hello, welcome to your message back. Awesome. So now all we have to do is send this back to whatever platform we on. So literally all we have to do is come in here and we're going to say this is going to be live chat because we'll test it out in live chat. If it's going to be Instagram, SMS, or whatever else, you're going to select that. So we're going to come through in here and you're going to say custom webhook and custom webhook again, and it's going to be this response. And this is all it's going to be. Literally all it's going to be. We're going to hit the save button in here. Now the very last thing, we won't change the last thing. So we're just going to hit save in here. We're going to hit the publish in here. Let's save in here. So let's quickly go add an AI chatbot to any one of our workflows or websites. So we're going to come through in here. We are going to come to sites. We are going to come to, where is that? Close that. Just make that a little bit longer. Chat widgets. And I'm just going to create a new chat widget. There's going to be a live chat widget. And we're going to call this, I'm going to call this YouTube live chatbot. Now, we want to come look at the styling. Hi there, you have any questions? And have the custom greeting, we can take that one off. The website customization, the avatar, and I'm gonna just want it to be displayed. And does it display in the middle? No, it can't be displayed in the middle. I'm gonna make it displayed in the top right for us like this, just to share it in the screen better. So chat window, the title is gonna be, you have a question, hi there, you have a question, live chat assistant. I'm not gonna have that, and that's all we really need. Hit the save button, come back in here. We're gonna quickly select a website. So we're gonna come to websites, then the plumbing one in here. And I'm going to come to settings and I'm going to select the chat widget that we want, YouTube Live Chatbot Tester. Hit that save button in there. And then we are going to pop up the website and see if the chat bubble is in there. Now, because we're in the test phase, and I'll show you how we can fix that. So in there she is in the top. I just need to hold this test phase in here. Now, because we have the test URL in here, we're going to have to keep pushing the test button in here. So all we have to do is say questions below, and I'm just going to say, hi there. And what it should do is it would have come through in here, and you can double click this one, and you can see it would have given that response there, and there's our response. By the way, if you like to update any promotions and get personalized quotes, I could help you. How are you to consider this? So the test memory, what do I mean with this? I was going to say test this again. I was going to say, hi, my name is David. What is your name? So what I mean by remembering the memory is that once it goes through and does all these, it saves it in the memory in here. So it's going to give something back. Hey, great to meet you, David. I'm a virtual assistant. How can I help you? Also, if you're interested, give me some quotes. So I'm just going to hit the test in here again, and I'm just going to say, what is my name again? So now it will remember your name. So that is really important. Sweet, your name is David. Duh, because we said that because it actually just got that out of the memory in there. Awesome, right? So really, really good. That's the basics, and that's your foundation you want. So now all you need to do is, I'm going to keep testing this out because I can show you in here how it works. But at one stage, you're just going to have to replace the URL that you put in the workflow with the production one, and then you can enable it to live and it will just work. Okay, but let me show you the real great power of the actual ability to run all those tokens. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to, let's go to OpenAI for this. Write me I don't even know what a long worded, write me a long essay on landscaping with instructions on how to grow a good lawn. Make it detailed step by step. Okay, so what I want to show you is that you can just actually plaster a bunch of things into the memory of this AI assistant because it's got a big token base, so we can give it a lot of stuff in here for this very specific. So let's just go through all this and I'll show you what I mean about this. So I had to copy, and again, this can be any business details. Okay, so just pull this out. You'll see what I mean. Your helpful assistant. Oops, we're going to come back in here and we're going to scroll down and show you the options that we can do in here now. So bring this out just so it's a little bit bigger and type in here, and I'm just going to say our business have written a how-to guide. This is the guide for reference, and I'm going to put all this in here. Give me the fictional details for a landscaping business called New Zealand Landscaping. Give the about, location, owners, opening hours, services. All right, so let's just gotta fill that memory up with a bunch of stuff, okay? And you'll see. So we added a blog in. Now we're gonna add some stuff in here. Let's give that a couple of seconds. I might run out of credits in here actually. So I'm gonna come back and we're gonna paste this in here. This is some details about the business. All right, have that in there. Then we're gonna say the business owner is Simon. Give a quick fictional bio about him. Make it long and detailed, where he was born, school, interest, resides, and so forth. So I'm literally just making up fake data so we can smash it in there, and let's just see if this AI actually answers it. It actually knows I'm kind of South African, which is creepy in itself. Obviously, none of this is going to be true. Wink, wink. My actual wife's going to be angry, Mariska. It's quite funny. All right. So, about the owner. All right, hit this in here. All of this, hit the save button. So what I want to demonstrate is that we can actually smash it with a lot of information. So we can hit the test button in here. So let's just see. I'm just going to say, you have a how-to guide. What does step 8 say about planting grass? Okay, so what did I call this again? Growing lawn. So can I come back in here? I see you have a guide on lawn care, and I don't understand step 8. Can you tell me what that is? So I hit this in here. It's gonna hopefully get some details, gonna scroll through it. It's reading all that information and then spits it out. Like, there's so many characters in here. So let's just see what it says. Oh, I did not like that. Wow. Where did the failure come in here? I would think this would give it to us, but it did not. So let's go to automations. Let's see in here. Come through. And we're going to go executions. Let's just see this for a second. Why did this data not come back to us? Now that is interesting. Hi. That goes in. And now, all of a sudden, our webhooks aren't responding. So what's the problem here? Shows it in here though, isn't it? In the workflow. It is getting our data, but it's not sending it through. So let me pause this and try figure this out. Hit the refresh button. Hit the test button again. Right. I actually know what happened there. I think my window didn't refresh. I did send it. Right? No, not sure what happened there. Maybe, yeah. I just hit the refresh button and it came through. Okay, here it is. Hey, David, step 8, certainly I can clarify step 8, step 8 covers everything. Let me break it down, and then when we come back to step 8, you'll see it's all about aeration and detaching. Interesting. Aeration detections in there. Sweet, and it tells us all about this. Hi, it was in here again. But let's just ask it something about the business. I don't know why it didn't come through. What is your opening hours? comes through, gets it, sends it back. And here we go. It's come back with our opening hours. Monday, and it still keeps our memory. Hey David, this is still our opening hours. Is there anything else you want? And I was gonna say ask about this Altus guy. Who's the owner? The owners are actually someone else, by the way. But we can come through in here. I can see that. Tell me about Altus's philosophy and lifestyle. Tell me about. So again, I forgot to hit the test button. Is it still going to go? Might have missed out on that one. Come through, search for it, find some stuff about Altus, sends it back, and faster than what I can click. Here he goes. Some of this style, clean, moderate, planning, and it just sucks out everything from me about me in there that we've put in here, right? So kind of like level 2 here. Okay, so we have found cheaper chat models. Now we have found models that you can smash a lot of data and token and information in here, so it can answer questions about this. So you can have a support agent, you can have many different agents with many different options linked to different pages. Okay, so really easy with this. But here comes the big tool in here. Now, let's say you have a bunch of orders. So let's say you are an ordering company, or you have someone coming up for quotes, and you might have something in like this. So let's say Google Sheets in here. Sheets. Let's say you have a database of some sort with order numbers, and let's find this one in here. The order statuses. So product test in here. Can I open this one? And I'll show you what I mean. All I have is the order numbers in here, what our order is, and this is shipped or not. Now this can be linked to anything. You can build this out for if you want to look up a product, if you want to have details on the product, if you shipping details, if anything it can be in a database. You can hook up just about any amount of tools into N8N in here. Okay, so let's scroll this one back through here. We are going to use the tool function here to look up details in this database in here. So we're going to come through in here. I'm going to say Google Sheets. So what I'm going to say, what we're going to test here is I'm a customer and I have just bought something. I got an email saying your order number 1007 has been confirmed. And I want to know what the update is with my order of 1007. The AI and chatbot is going to be able to look this up and find what it's doing. Okay, so as a process, is it shipped or not? So we're going to come back in here. We're going to come to tools. We're going to connect your Google Sheets to N8N. Really easy to do. It has a native integration into it. And this is going to be, we're going to call this one because we're going to build up an address book very soon as well. But we are going to say, use this tool to find the product status and name. So what I'm going to say is we are going to select the sheet and we are going to choose, we are going to get rows. It's going to give this a second to refresh because it's actually not really going from our documents list. I was hoping that would just go. We might just need to re-authenticate that for a second. So I'm going to come through in here and I'm going to say reconnect it in here. So this pops up my details in here. I'm just going to reconnect, continue, select all that, continue. And I should have N8N reconnected in here. Keep editing, close this in here. And there we go. It loaded the sheets for us. So product test, the one I had earlier on. And I'm going to select the sheet within there. It's going to be sheet 1. And what I'm going to do is filter that order number. So come through in here and we're going to go order number. And I'm going to let the AI decide. It's going to fill this in and let that decide. So we're going to come back in here and I'm going to come back and I'm just going to give it instructions. We can again look through all of this. It's got like a bunch of things in here to go through. But now we're just going to give it some more details and instructions. You can also look up orders, use the Google Sheet tool to find the matching order details. Hit this, all we need in here, save, run this one, and I'm going to say my order is 1006. What is the update on that? So we're going to start a new chat, and I'm going to say my order is order number 106. What is the update with it? Come through, should get this, go through, go to the Google Sheet, get the data for it, come back, give it to the agent, send it back to us, and hello, I've checked the status of your order number 1006 for Zippo equipment has been shipped. And that's it in there. Easy, done with, works. Likewise, now if we want to add addresses into it, so you probably don't want to do this, but for example, you can now add test address book into it. You don't want to do it, same idea, you're going to add addresses to it and you can load it in. And that's the third beautiful part of it is adding tools. And as you can see in here, there is just a total massive amount of tools you can add to it. And this is the way you're going to be able to connect this to any sort of MCP server and start giving it internet access as well. So it can do internet data and lookups on it. So the possibilities is endless. You get Ponco's vector stores if you're going to do ragging into it. You can have the databases in Superbase, which is free. There's all the Google options in here if you wanted to make Google Calendar bookings, if you want to make look up Google Contacts, if you want to send an email, the option is there. There's literally endless tools and capabilities using N8N together in this way. So yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to explain to you, and I hope you understand. The pros of this is the fact that you can select different large language modules, the fact that a lot of large language modules is going to be a lot cheaper for it, and a lot of new large language modules has a bigger token count, so you can literally just smash a lot in there, and you'll be able to add a bunch of tools and functions to it exactly by adding the tools in there within N8N. And this just makes it so amazingly powerful in it. And again, I just need to jump back to the actual open router side of things. If there's a new instance of DeepSeek happening, so DeepSeek happened earlier on in the year where DeepSeek was released, and it's wow, awesome. And the only real way to get this into your HighLevel and chatbots is via open router. So if I want to use DeepSeek through in here, and literally just go break this just for the fun of it. I'm going to hit this, Control A, delete. You receive information on a topic and on a topic, and you do some deep research on it. All done in there. Now we're going to come through in here and we're going to change DeepSeek. And if the same thing happens with another chat module, you won't be able to get this into your high level chats, but this way you can. So lots of DeepSeek R1s in here, but let's just select one of the normal ones, DeepSeek R1 in here. As you can see, a bunch of free versions in there as well. It's going to hit this test button. And we are going to come through back in here. And I'm going to say, what is the impact of AI on businesses in 2025? Now, remember this one, DeepSeek, deep research. It's going to take a little while, okay? So some of these, depending on your modules that you choose, is going to take a little while to process. And that might time out your webhook response time. So we'll see with this one where it goes. But this is the version of coming into here, DeepSeek, and asking it something similar. So we'll keep this in our corner of our eye. And we are wanting in this. And you can see, obviously, that it's going to come through and it does its thinking quite a bit. If this even works, your APIs work a lot better. And this is actually done. And let's send you some research. And it's quite a massive little article that's come through in here. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Right. Let's break down the project. And there it is, right? So you have access to any other large language module. The possibilities of this is so endless. It's just a bigger step forward. More options than just normal conversation AI. I think it beats programs like Closebot. Closebot's still really good. It's a big company, has a lot of things into it, has a lot of things pre-built into it. But if you're a little bit tech savvy, you can do this. But it's different, but the same, but just gives you so much options. So that was me ranting on for a while. I hope you like this. I hope you follow. I hope you subscribe. I hope you come and join my little community that I have, where we have a bunch of awesome things like this. It just happens all the time. Like the classroom is legit packed with crazy good things like this. I mean, we have high levels, Zappy, Synflows, N8N modules coming out from everywhere, vibe coding happening, scraping. So yeah, come and learn how to be different, how to be better, and how to make awesome things like this. So thanks for watching and all the best until next time.